when you live like I do in a small coastal community, you come to realise that communities are self-supporting. They're made of people who might have different views, but they're friends. They're made in such a way that you can't not help your neighbours, basically. You all belong to that thing more than your differences matter. And when something happens that matters to you as a community, you come together and you address it in some way. And the community of community groups is like that as well. It's a really strong self-supporting thing, and it has that same feeling that a community has, which I really treasure.
The Coastal Communities Network, or CCN, is a grassroots coalition of community groups who collaborate and support each other to create positive change for Scotland's coastal and marine environments. But where did it all begin?
It came about, I suppose, a decade ago now, but the actual thoughts and the ideas were much, much older than that.
I mean, I remember meeting you and being so inspired with what Coast was doing, and that inspired us then going on to develop a project together to see what other coastal communities could do.
Many of them would just be individuals or a group of people, and they kind of think, well, we would like to do something, but they either don't know how to do it, or they didn't have the support.
I think it can be very isolating working in environmental issues. You can feel like you're the one fighting your own fight.
My name's Eileen Armstrong.
But actually meeting other people, discovering your tribe.
So I'm John Richardson.
I'm Rosalind Barr.
Can be really energising and relieving, if you like, that you're not alone in the fight. These gatherings have sort of really harnessed something.
I'm the chair of the Friends of the Sound of Jura.
People met with each other and thought, my goodness, they're just the same as us. They would like to recover the marine environment.
I'm a member of the South Skye Seas Initiative.
We asked them what they wanted to do, and they did want to actually create and formalise a network.
And I'm from the Edinburgh Shoreline Project.
What we now call the Coastal Communities Network. Let's delve now into the stories of some of those who work tirelessly for their local environments.
It's very interesting actually seeing when you've got 24 groups in CCN who are all the way around the coast of Scotland, and when they come together like this or have any other discussion, what the common themes are.
The South Skye Seas, we were one of the founder members of CCN way back there. We were one of the 8.
It's a community-based group. We're in Knapdale in Argyll. It was formed because of a fish farm proposal.
We were faced with 4 fish farm planning applications in our local lochs, and with the help of the community we managed to send them into the horizon for one reason or the other.
So that was the sort of genesis, but we do much more than that. We do things to do with aquaculture, we do things to do with habitat restoration, we do things particularly to do with the Hope Spot, which is the only Mission Blue Hope Spot in the UK mainland, and our hope is that more people will realise what lives there, why it matters, how it's doing and whether they can help.
We describe Edinburgh as the city that turned its back on the sea. And really what we wanted to do was actually just raise awareness and get people to reconnect. So we've done that through education, engagement, improvement activities on land, coastally and now marine.
We're going into primary schools that are coastal inside the Hope Spot area, showing them what lives in the sea, and we have, to help us, artists come and they learn what's in the sea by going there and drawing underwater.
We decided to focus on obtaining data from the loch because there wasn't really an awful lot of it. So we're very lucky we got funding for an underwater drone, and we found 14 previously unrecorded seagrass beds.
We're in the community, we're of the community, we're trying to represent the community as it relates to the sea. We all relate to the sea, we're surrounded by the sea where we live.
It's these relationships with the sea that connect so many coastal communities across Scotland. This is the role of CCN, fostering relationships and encouraging communities into the network.
So we are a tiny organisation. There are 3 of us. CCN helped us to have a wider reach helped us to get more ambitious.
I think CCN's greatest strength actually is that it acts as a hub, so that when any concern or difficulty that a group might have, or need for information or expertise or advice, where otherwise you'd be on your own trying to work it out from scratch, you can really quickly find an answer because someone's been there before.
People slowly become kind of experts in that field, and you would see people come in the first Gartmore or the second Gartmore, and they might not say much. You know, the next year, the year after, they were the experts.
For me, I think it's really important that it's created a platform for individual community members to have a voice when they might not previously have done so if they were just seen to be representing a single place.
I think CCN has changed the way it's considered in the last 2 years.
And we have like MSPs come to our conferences and things, and I think we have gained a lot of respect.
Now, we're not fully there, it's not fully solved, but we have more of a voice together than we did individually.
So, what does the future hold for CCN and its members?
If enough groups start doing native oyster restoration, we may get to the point where we're looking at native oyster farming, and that could provide jobs and income. I think CCN can possibly act as a guiding light to take sustainable aquaculture forward in the marine environment and for the local communities.
Learning to work together and having different perspectives, what we do is keep reminding ourselves of the end goal. So I think our key drive has been keep it grassroots, community led.
We're not going to do it just top down, it's got to be bottom up. So for me, the CCN is just one of perhaps a number of different mechanisms that are needed to really change the conversation so that communities are seen as the heart of the solution going forward.
We should be at the table when things that affect community are discussed. So the validity of a community view is the thing that CCN is establishing and can go on through the next decade to establish more and more strongly, I think.
The thing that I always hoped it would eventually become is to have the ability that politicians, MSPs and councillors will look to these community people and look to the Coastal Community Network as these are the kind of go-to people to who we should ask about this issue. We're already slowly getting there, but I think in the next 5 years we can be a real force for change.